everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be really sweet and short. It's going to be a guide to Alice Oseman books, and if you don't know who Alice Oseman is, she is the author of the infamous Heartstopper series, the series that I know and love, and I talk about it and write about it quite a lot. So we're just going to be kind of filming her other books and why you should read them and what goes on in each of those books. So yeah, hope you enjoy. I'm hoping y'all love all this vlogmas content. I'm gonna be pumping out a lot of videos and hopefully Instagram posts and stuff throughout this month, so just stay with me, and yeah, I hope you'll enjoy. Alrighty, so first we're going to talk about a book that is not involved in like the Heartstopper universe, because a lot of her books deal with the exact same characters that are in the Heartstopper universe, but they're just all the different characters' stories and plot lines. But there are two, Loveless and I Was Born for This, that are not involved in that story. They're completely standalone books. I personally have not read Loveless. That is the only book of hers that I have not read yet, but I'm hoping to eventually get to it. I want to get my hands on the UK edition and not the American edition, because all of my books of hers are UK editions. So anyways, I have I Was Born for This right here. This book, it's beautiful, and I'm going to say that about all of her books, because genuinely how Alice writes, it's very easy, but it's deep, if that makes sense. And a lot of her characters are very three-dimensional. Like, I feel for these characters, and so I'm going to read the back of each of the books so you can just kind of get a brief idea of what it's about. For Angel, life is about one thing: the Ark, a pop rock trio of teenage boys who are taking the world by storm. Being part of the Ark's fandom has given her everything she loves: her friend Juliet, her dreams, her place in the world. Jimmy owes everything to the Ark. He's their frontman, and playing in a band with his mates is all he ever dreamed of doing. But dreams don't always turn out the way you think, and when Jimmy and Angel are unexpectedly thrust together, they find out how strange and surprising facing up to reality can be. So, this book, you basically just follow Angel, and she is having the opportunity to stay with her friend Juliet and go and see the Ark, favorite boy band. And Jimmy, it's dual perspectives between Angel and Jimmy. Jimmy is transgender. He transitioned at a very young age. He was assigned female at birth, and now he identifies as a male, and he's the frontman, lead singer of the Ark. And one thing I really love about Oseman's books are they're not like romance. It's just straight fiction, and you're reading about these platonic friendships that build, and they're so beautiful. I mean, the only love story that she writes is Nick and Charlie, is like the Heartstopper series. And so I just love this. There's some really cool twists and turns in the series, and in this book. And Angel, God bless her, I love her so much. She's been through a lot. And same with Jimmy. I honestly, I think I liked Jimmy's character better in the book. But yeah, it was just such a fun read, and if you love music, this is like, it's perfect. It talks so much about music, and I love it so much. Okay, next we're going to be getting into the novellas of Oseman's universe. This is This Winter and Nick and Charlie. These are included in the like Heartstopper graphic novels, and so I believe, and do not get me wrong, because I think I might mix up where you read these. This Winter is in between volume 3 and 4, and then Nick and Charlie is after volume 4, so it's going to be in between volume 4 and 5, I believe, is where this is kind of set. So first we're going to talk about Nick and Charlie. Nick is a senior, Charlie is a junior, and so Nick's about to graduate, go on to college, and Nick and Charlie are just kind of struggling with that, and it's very sweet. And like, her little novellas have pictures in them and stuff. They're perfect. It's just, I love these. These were my newest additions to my Oseman collection, because I've been wanting these forever, and they had them at 7-in-1, so I snatched them. And This Winter, like I said, is in between 3 and 4, I believe, and they're on winter vacation. And you mainly follow Charlie in this book and his sister Tori, and just kind of their situations with family and stuff like that. It's kind of iffy, but it's amazing. It's amazing. I love Charlie. I want to just protect him and hold him so tight. But yeah, you have these novellas. Then we're gonna get into radio silence. This, so good. This took me forever to read, okay? This was my most recent read of them. And this follows Alid, who, if you've watched the show, is who Isaac is based on. But Oseman did that because she, in hopes, would love if Radio Silence was its own show. And so she wanted Alid to be a whole different character. You know, like, be the Alid in this book and not Isaac in the show. So we have this, and Alid has my whole heart and soul. But you follow, here, I'm gonna read the backs. Frances is a study machine with one goal. Nothing will stand in her way, not friends, and not a guilty secret, not even the person she is on the inside. Then she meets Alid, and for the first time she's unafraid to be herself. So when the fragile trust between them is broken, Frances is caught between who she was and who she longs to be. Now she knows that she has to confront her past, and to confess why Carrie's disappeared. Frances is going to need every bit of courage she has. So this is a very coming-of-age story of Frances kind of discovering herself and who she is and her sexuality, and then also just who she is as a person. I mean, she struggled a lot with academic validation throughout the book, and you see that. And then Alid, he's having secrets, you're kind of seeing just his perspective as well, and it's just beautiful. And these two people who are platonic soulmates, they truly are, and they love one another so much, and just reading about their story makes my heart really happy, and I love it. It was beautiful. But I don't know why this took me so long. I genuinely don't know why. It was so engaging, and like literally there are barely any words on the pages. I don't know why, but still phenomenal. And finally, Solitaire. This is my favorite out of the Alice Oseman books other than Heartstopper. Solitaire follows Tori Spring, who is Charlie's sister, older sister. This one broke me. Okay, Tori has a lot of mental issues, a lot of mental health issues, and it really comes alive in this book. There is an event towards the end that happens that shook me. Like, I legitimately felt so much for her that I started tearing up. And you follow her friendship turned possibly romance with her friend Michael, and him in this book is precious because he's like slightly in the novels, and you kind of get more of him in this. And there were like kind of mystery elements to this book. Like, there were things that were kind of unanswered that you had to figure out, and it was just beautiful. I mean, it really was. You kind of got to just dive deeper into Tori because you don't get to see her much in the show, and I hope we get to see her more in season 2. In the novels we do, so I'm hoping it's the same. But this, I can't explain to you the attachment that this book has on me. But anyways, y'all, that is all I have for y'all. Literally, I said that this video was gonna be short and sweet and just kind of raving about Alice because I truly think that she is my favorite author. I really do think that. I just am obsessed with her writing, and I just can't get enough of their books. So I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all maybe got some more insight into Oseman and just the Oseman verse of books. And if you have any questions about Heartstopper, about content trigger warnings, because there are trigger warnings, okay, there are things that could be a little iffy if you are sensitive to certain topics. So yeah, just feel free to reach out, and I hope you enjoyed.